So I found an interesting story online, one regarding Yuki Tsunoda and the reason why he's not really being considered for a senior Red Bull drive. Obviously, there's been rumours about Ricciardo going there, Lawson going there, and Perez is currently there. But the one guy that's not really being linked with that top Red Bull drive, that senior team drive, is Yuki Tsunoda, despite his impressive performances on the track this season. It seems like there's something else going on perhaps, and that's what this story kind of links into. Now, shout out to This Is Formula One for breaking this one, and it is an interesting one. So basically, I'll just read out the stats that they put about this and just kind of give my reaction to it. So Yuki Tsunoda's, quote, childish antics over the radio are cited by Tom Coronel as a reason why the driver is not in line for a Red Bull promotion. Tsunoda, who joined F1 with Red Bull's junior team in 2021, is the longest serving junior driver in the Faenza-based team's history. Really? 4 years, I suppose. Normally what they used to do was like 3 years and then you get promoted or get the boot. And that's kind of what happened to Ricciardo and Verne. But since then, it's kind of moulded a bit. It kind of evolved, really. Coronel reckons that's because of Tsunoda comes off as a bit childish, and that puts Red Bull off long ago. Verbally, I don't think he's ready for the top. He comes across as a bit childish at times. Well, I mean, I think early on in his career, yeah, I would say that. His radio rants, particularly early on, like in his first year, maybe his second year as well, really, were very, very loud and very, very sweary. His engineers basically had to ask him to calm down. Of course, he came into F1 with so much potential. People were rating him so highly. They were just, oh, this is the Japanese Formula One talent that we've been waiting for. This is what the country's been waiting for. But it's not worked out quite as planned since then. He had a really good start to his campaign in 2021, but then fell off very quickly. In 22, there were genuine rumours about the guy being booted from, as it was then, AlphaTauri. So there is that. But on top of that, I think since then he's done very well. Last year he was, in my opinion, very good, and this year so far he's also been very good. And maybe I've not heard as many radio outbursts this year, but I don't think there has been as many. There's not been reasons to have them for the most part, but still, we're halfway through the season now, so it seems as though, if we were going to get these radio outbursts, they were going to happen by now. And yeah, better results and a better car will help his mood, of course, but there is one elephant in the room. There is one elephant in the room when it comes to this, and that's Max Verstappen. Now, some people, and there's two schools of thought you can really give with this one. Some people will say quite rightly that Max Verstappen's radio outbursts have been biblical, really. They've been incredibly vociferous, and some people might think, well, if Verstappen can do that, why are they not having Tsunoda do that? I mean, remember some of Sebastian Vettel's radio outbursts back in the day. He had some very big ones too. Maybe not on the level of Verstappen and Tsunoda, particularly not in his time at Red Bull, but he still had them. They were still a thing. So there is that. But then countering that, people will probably say, well, Verstappen's just that much better. And Verstappen is that much better than pretty much all the drivers on the grid. There's not many that come close to him, in my opinion. So it's an interesting one. For what it's worth, I don't think that Red Bull would stop Tsunoda from going to the senior team purely just based on his radio outbursts. I think they're stopping him going to the senior team because for some reason they keep going with Perez. There are a few reasons for that. I've done some videos on that if you want to check them out. Not got time to go into them here, really, but on top of that as well, Tsunoda, yeah, he's been good, but is he good enough to go to Red Bull and challenge Max Verstappen? And I know, guys, I know that Perez is not challenging Max Verstappen, but the difference is that Perez is a seasoned professional. Yuki Tsunoda's still really young. He's like 24 years old or something. He's really young. So if he goes to Red Bull and that car doesn't suit him, particularly mid-season, like there's been rumours about, then he's not really going to have a chance at challenging Verstappen. It's just going to kill his career. It's going to kill his confidence. Right now, he is the top dog in that RB team, and he's showing Ricciardo quite regularly what that car is capable of. While Ricciardo's doing all right, in my opinion, he's not doing anywhere near as good as Tsunoda. So yeah, I think there's that. And on top of that, also for what it's worth, I think Tsunoda's probably going to go to Aston Martin eventually with that Honda connection coming in there. But then again, Lance Stroll is contracted with the team until 26 at least, apparently. So we'll see. But yeah, I wouldn't read too much into this. I don't think that Tsunoda's radio outbursts are the main reason why he's not being considered for Red Bull. I think he's not being considered for the Red Bull senior drive just because it destroys confidence. And he seems like he's in a good place right now at RB, so why go changing that? So that's my thoughts, guys. What are yours? Let us know in the comments below. And of course, for much more news and opinions and analysis and reviews and everything to do with Formula One, keep it tuned right here to the F1Chronicle.com.